Good morning, everybody. Capricorn, welcome to your reading, guys. This reading will be with you from the 16th, giving and receiving. Okay, from the 16th of September until the next 2.5 weeks. So, Sun, Moon, Rising, Capricorn with Venus and Jupiter in your individual planetary position, guys. We'll see what's going on in your energy situation with regards to your story and your guidance that you might need from this reading for yourself, Capricorn. Okay, we did see the giving and receiving that talks about equality, right? Talks about equal give and take, talks about you want to give more than you receive, right? But at the same time, you also know that whatever you give should be returned to whatever extent, right? You could be a giver, you want to give, but at the same point in time, receiving is also important. That could be the message, but we'll see. Now let's welcome our divine guide, angel, spirit, ancestors, my divine source into this reading for you, Capricorn, with regards to your energy situation, whatever is going on, what is the guidance that you probably need around this portion in time for yourself. Okay, so in some of you, in some situation, you might be feeling that you are not getting equal reciprocity. Maybe for some of you, you are doing a lot for your home, your personal life, your work life, but you're doing it all alone, right? You're giving, you're a giver. You want to make things good for yourself, but at the end of the day, somewhere you could feel that you are not receiving something, right? Or it's not being given to you in equal proportion. That could be time, energy, money, anything for your own purpose. Okay, we got a couple of messages. We'll check on that situation. Okay, daydreams and decisions. All right, blossom, lead. Okay, let's look. We have the next one, joy and stability, clarity of a belief. Okay, that's like Ace of Sword energy and crown chakra. Okay, good job, guys. Let's see. So far, so good. Okay, let's see. Wow, my spirit wants to say a lot to you, Capricorn. We'll see here. Solar plexus chakra. Okay, and you have simply love. All right. And then let's see what else we get. We need one more energy here to see what the situation is talking to us, to complete this reading here. Let's see. Capricorn, let's see. One more card, please. Okay, there we go. Okay. Choose your battles. Okay. All right. Interesting. So with this Ace of Swords sitting in the middle of your reading, guys, it definitely talks about some kind of a breakthrough. Okay. Because for many of you, there has been a period of silence when you could have isolated yourself from the rest of your crowd, from people, from family, from anybody that you wanted to be in touch with, right? But at the end of the day, you also want to come out of that situation. You want to leave the situation behind and you want to move away from being isolated, being sad, being depressed for many of you, right? And this is where you're seeking that knowledge. You're trying to understand how to do this, right? What makes you happy? What is that you want to leave behind that doesn't really serve you anymore? Right? There is a lot of knowledge that you need to acquire in yourself, and that can be done when you sit, either you meditate, or you contemplate, or you think about it, you understand, right, through your own wisdom. But there is a lot of knowledge around you, a lot of knowledge that you need to pay heed to. So it could be other people telling you something, it could be people giving you advices, letting you know, their own experiences in life sometimes, right? That is what the knowledge is. The knowledge is not about reading books. You can, of course, there is a lot of knowledge you can gain through the power of education, from the practical sense of reading books, you know, looking at good documentaries or learning about spiritual healing, whatever that story. But other than that, you also have your environment, right? Where there is a lot of knowledge, but you have to gain that understanding, right? You have to attract that knowledge. If you let it go, if people tell you something and you don't listen to it, you kind of ignore that situation, you won't be able to leave that state of being, right? You have to also grow from acquiring knowledge from other people's situations, what other people have gone through, what it is that they have experienced in their own life. You know, those kind of power of knowledge, right? And this is where you have to listen. If you know, because the thing is, if you listen, you can change your situation, because there could be messages. There could be messages from different quarters of your life, not necessarily just from books. There could be messages coming to you from different areas, different quarters, right? That you have to learn to pay attention to in order to grow. In order to grow from that state where you had been feeling very isolated and depressed in your own situation, Capricorn. So there is something that is there around you in your environment, more so I'm getting, Capricorn, that you have to listen, you have to pay attention to, in order to change your own situation and move from one phase of being to the other phase. It's important around this portion in time. So do not ignore anything that people tell you. Whether it's good or bad, you can take a decision on that for yourself. Not that everything people tell you, you should, absorb. You have the right to filter. So you listen carefully. You listen carefully before you filter that situation and tell yourself, okay, this knowledge was not required. Or this advice was not required. I kind of, but sometimes, let me tell you that, Capricorn, sometimes we happen to know a lot of things subconsciously, right? But it is in our subconscious state. But when somebody tells us that same thing, it becomes a very conscious evolution of our own logical understanding. You know, it's like reiterating what you already know. That somebody is kind of telling you the same thing that you're subconsciously aware of, but it also comes to you in the form of a guidance or a knowledge. You know, that will in turn help you to grow, to move, to change, to do everything that you haven't been able to do for whatever amount of time. So this is where they're saying that around this portion in time, pay attention. Pay very close attention. But again, like I said, you don't have to absorb everything that comes to you. You can filter. You have the power to filter. But at the same time, don't be ignorant of advices or messages or anything that is coming to you. Listen very carefully and then take a call. Listen very, very carefully. That's a very important message for this reading, right? Because see, with the daydreams and decisions, there could be a lot of confusion. It's like the Seven of Cups energy. You have a lot of dreams, Capricorn. You want those areas of your life to be successful, whatever that you're dreaming of doing in your life. Personally, professionally, in any respect, right? But at the same time, you could have a lot of options, right? You may have more than 3 job offers on your table. So you could be clouded. You're like, okay, should I take that job? A, they're not paying that well. Okay, let me look at job B. Okay, job B gives me a good pay, but that company is not too good in terms of whatever that you happen to know. So you go to the third option where you feel that, okay, maybe the company could be good, the pay is good, but then, it could be very far away from your place of residence. So you could have problems traveling to that place. So that kind of situation, I'm giving you an example, could get you clouded, where you could be delusional about your choices. You don't know. So that's where you need, that's where messages can come in, right? That's where you need to listen in order to clear that cloudiness in yourself, because by yourself you may not be able to take the right call at the right time. So if you don't listen to something in your life that people may tell you, or it could be coming to you in the form of a letter, a message, a telephone call, anything, or an advice, you have to pay attention, because by yourself, you will not be otherwise be able to clear this state. Because for you to give birth and blossom, this is a situation that you have to work on. How do you clear this cloudiness, right? See, there is a lot of brightness here. You want to clear that cloudiness, but you're not very sure. You're kind of working on that story by yourself. If this option doesn't work, what is the third option? If the third option doesn't work, what is the fourth option? Plan A, plan B, plan C, maybe plan D, right? So you're trying to clear that cloudiness. You're trying to understand what it is that you have to work on for yourself in order to take a right decision on this particular situation, because this is the Emperor energy, because there is something in your life that you might have to make a call on, right? Make a call on, because it requires a lot of planning. For some of you, you guys could be married, right? You guys could be married. You'll probably have an empire that you run, right? When I talk about an empire, you could have a business, you could have a family situation, you could have something in the tangible world that you are involved in by your, professionally, personally, in any situation. But at the same time, you are a planning master, right? You plan well, Capricorn. You can plan well if you pay attention to details and then, figure out things for yourself in the right way. You can manage to plan the situation well. So but at the same time, there is a lot of planning that is required. Now, this could be your energy, Or this could be the energy of somebody in your life who could help you plan the situation and help you get out of this cloudiness. Somebody who is in that form of the divine masculine. It's a masculine energy. So it could be your father, it could be your brother, it could be your boss, it could be anybody in your life, Capricorn, who has that capacity to tell you the right thing, to let you know that this is what you have to do, that is what you have to do, this is how you plan. There is a lot of planning that needs to be done, right? And you are like, you want to take that lead, right? You want to take that lead that somebody, or if it is not you, Capricorn, there could be somebody in your life who wants you to move forward and is telling you, yes, you can do it, right? Joy and stability, that talks about the Four of Wands situation. So it could be a situation of you going towards a new direction in your life. It can happen for some of you, right? Going towards a new direction where you probably will need a new place to live in, right? For some of you, it could mean that your money is involved, your safety is involved, your security is involved, right? So whatever decision you take based on your planning, you want that particular thing to give you back your reward, right? So suppose you are changing homes, for example, you're moving from one place to the other where you want to sell your old home and move into a new home, right? But then you are kind of in that planning stage. If I sell the old home and move into a new home, right, can I actually get back the reward? Because there is money involved, there is security involved, there is a lot of planning involved in here, right? You just can't overnight get up and, in the morning and say, okay, today I'm going to move. You can't do that. Any movement in your life, for that matter, that brings you back your joy and stability, because your focus is on that, Capricorn. Whatever you do, your focus is to bring back your joy and stability. So for which you require a lot of patience and planning to bring a defined structure in the game plan, right? That this is how you work, this is what you do, this is, plan A. So if plan A is not working, then we move to plan B. If plan B doesn't work, then we move to plan C. But you always have a backup plan for yourself, right? So if something in particular is not really giving you the result, then you move on to the next portion of your life. But that requires a lot of self-discipline in yourself, to sit and plan, to do things in the right way, to understand the situation, how you move forward, right, towards your decision in life. Because you definitely have dreams, but you're finding it difficult to work your dreams or take decisions on that dream in your life. So for which you require a lot of planning. And that planning, once you get that kind of a structure in your life, will bring back some clarity, will let you know, it's like the Ace of Swords, that success, right? That yes, this is how you do things. This is what the movement is. This is how you plan. This is the planning, right? So for the joy and stability in your life, this is your ultimate goal, because a lot of things could be involved in that situation for yourself, right? So you have to be very clear what brings you your success story, really. So you have to pay attention to that situation, and then you have the crown chakra. So that's what they are saying. The crown chakra is where the light comes, right? That is your topmost chakra that is located right on the top. of your head. So that is where you get the clarity from. That is where you understand the situation, what it is that you definitely have in your mind. I'm going to check the crown chakra once again just to see if there is anything more that we need to know. Yeah, the crown chakra is talking about thoughts, right? Thought process. Once you get that clarity of belief in your life, you will know the right thought process. That's what they are telling you. Because I don't want to give you a message that is not going to sync well with your understanding. I want to give you the right message that you can understand as you are crossing through this phase, so that clarity, that success will come as a part of your thought, right? That will happen, will come as a part of, so what you think is what you believe. What you believe is what you take action on. So you think positive, right? You know you're going to get a positive result. So you think positive, you act positive, and that will translate into your belief in knowing that positive thoughts will yield back positive result, right? And that is where the crown chakra with the solar plexus chakra is telling you, I can. Once you know your thought is in the rightful place, guys, once your thought is in the rightful place, that's where your solar plexus chakra will be activated. And it will all happen. And that's where you will tell yourself, of course I can do it. Of course, I don't have to get scared because I'm believing in the fact of being positive. And if I believe in the fact of being positive, that enlightenment is coming with these two chakras, I will be able to convince myself, of course, whatever I touch will turn into gold, right? And that is the belief. Think before you believe in that. So you have to think first. Your thoughts should be in the rightful place. And only when your thoughts are in the rightful place with this Ace of Swords, that's when you can tell yourself, of course I can do it. 100%. Of course I can do it because I can bring back that kind of togetherness, and this is simply love. This is also an activation of your heart chakra. That's when you can tell yourself, of course I can do things from my heart. Which means if I have to give something to somebody, that chakra will be activated because I believe in the positive outflow. I believe in the positive outcome, that I can do things with love and love will be reciprocated back to me, right? And that is the kind of vibration, that is the kind of vibration that is going to ultimately feature back in your life at this point. So you will understand, that with the heart chakra, guys, again, choose your battles. With the heart chakra, you have to understand that you do not have to fight everything. You can do things with love. You don't have to be on a battle zone all the time. You don't have to be worried about people coming and fighting with you or you going and fighting with somebody. No, that situation can be resolved very amicably. You can do that in a very nice way. You don't have to fight. So you have to choose your battles over here. Where you have to put your foot down and say no, where you have to show your love, right? Where you have to be a little bit stern, where you have, you're okay with that situation, you don't have to do anything. So you have to choose your battle. Very wise. Choosing your battle, you cherry pick your situation. You don't fight every situation in your life, because with your heart, that understanding will come to you. It will happen, guys, that no, you don't have to fight everything. It's not important. Right? Some people could be offending you. Some people could be, kind of giving you a hard time. But you do not have to respond. You can just simply walk away from that situation if you feel that it's not worth loving that person, or it's not worth showing love to that person. So be very wise during this portion in time. Choose your battle. That's the word. That is the core point of the story, Capricorn. Choose your battle. Don't get into the nitty gritty of everyday life, fighting with every situation and killing your own energy. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, because you could be facing a lot of situation, professionally, personally. Some of you could have um, people in your life who could be in your way, and they don't want you to do this. They're putting up 100 barriers for you, for example. So in that situation, you will have to take a call, whether that situation is worth your trouble, energy, or whether that situation can be ignored and left behind. But don't be a fool to jump into every situation and start fighting over anything in your life. It's not worth it. And that is the ultimate message here. So be very wise, that knowledge, seek that strength of knowledge to grow. And listen very carefully to what people tell you, your mentor, your guide, your boss, everything. That's going to help you understand your situation better in order to know what it is that you have to spend your energy on and what it is that you have to let go. Right? Because you're coming to the point of understanding with your thought that you don't have to fight every battle in your life, Capricorn. You don't. Sometimes in life, you do have a lot of barriers, you have a lot of oppositions. Is it worth facing all the barriers and oppositions? No, it's not worth it. Sometimes by just being pleasant and opening your heart, you can resolve a lot of problems too with people. If you are working in a corporate world, for example, right? So in a corporate world, you have a lot of barriers, that your boss doesn't want you to do this, your colleague, your co-worker is stopping you from moving, doing this. They're saying, oh no, this cannot go through that. So would you fight every situation, or would you choose your battle? Which one is important for you? Some situation just deserves a little bit of humanity, a touch of humanity to resolve that situation. So everywhere you do not have to be very verbal and vocal and harsh in your understanding, because you have to believe that sometimes a lot of oppositions and barriers can be resolved amicably as well, right? So this is a very important message for you around this portion in time, Capricorn. Keep that in mind. But pay close attention to details, understand the situation before you do anything. Because that's going to help you grow, that's going to help you flourish, that's going to help you move from one phase of your life into the other. Okay, let's look at this daydreams and decisions, right? So this is kind of being very clouded in your own self. You're kind of, see the Four of Cups, you're kind of feeling very unhappy about a situation in your life that you have been waiting for, and you could have missed opportunities here before for some of you. Where you had that opportunity to manifest your dreams, but you could not possibly take the right decision at that point in time for some of you. So there could be an opportunity that you have missed, which is where you are feeling very regretful about that situation in your life, that had you taken up an earlier job offer, for example, which you probably did not, thinking, oh, the company is not that great or the salary was not that great, but down the line you see that company has really become very good and stable, and but you have missed that employment offer, right? So that could be a regret in yourself that you did not make the right choice, right? Did not make the right choice, as an example. So there could be some apathy of emotion on that situation for you, which is where, with the Two of Wands, you have got stuck at a crossroad, right? You're not being able to move right away because there is some opportunity in your life that it might have just, dissolved, have gone by, and you could not snatch it at the right time. But you're also definitely desiring a change here now, right? And that is where you're trying to come to some kind of a decision. Let's see here with the blossom, because you want to give birth to something in your life and you want to blossom as well. You want to grow as well. But because of that missed opportunity in your life, you're getting stuck. Because that offer that you probably, like I said, job offer that you have missed before, will not return back to you, right? And that is an offer that you have left behind, right? And that is where you're feeling kind of very embarrassed, right? Because you're understanding your situation. What is that you have missed in your life? And I'm just talking about an offer job. It can be personal, it can be professional. There is some kind of embarrassment in your intellectual part of the story where you know that you had a great chance in your life that you did not really, at that point, you did not act upon. You might have been in that energy. Oh, I don't care, okay, fair enough. Such offers will come back to me, did not really work on that offer as such, right? So it is that understanding, that time and tide waits for no one, right? Which is a Seven of Wands. That's where you're probably being very guarded now about your own situation, right? You're not you're not feeling very stable, but you're guarding yourself so that you don't have to, face oppositions or criticism from people for not doing the right thing at the right time towards your own situation as well for some. Let's look at the lead card here. So some of you, you're feeling that if I say this now, a lot of people will come back and criticize me or tell me, oh, at that point, were you sleeping or what were you doing? So you don't even want to, but the delay. The delay is here because you did not work in the right direction, right? Towards your own understanding, basically. Okay. Please talk to me about the lead. Yeah, the Nine of Wands. Yeah, but what I'm getting, guys, that that there is a missed opportunity. And you're feeling quite shy and embarrassed about this whole situation as well. There is a lot of shyness in you that you're not letting it out. You're not telling, right? Whatever that situation could have been. But at the same time, you are also determined to turn the situation around, right? With a lot of planning that you want to do now. You're kind of holding on to your reserve strength. You have been brutally injured in a situation that a lot of things that you had planned, a lot of things you had wanted, maybe because of your own negligence and being ignorant about situations at large, you could have missed that opportunity, and you know that. But now you're kind of getting into that place where you're telling yourself, okay, it has happened, but it doesn't mean that the whole thing has ended. I can turn it around. I can, with my reserve strength, I can turn it around. I have made a mistake. I made a lot of mistake before. But this time around, I'm determined that I will gain my success, right? And that is where a lot of this passionate energy, fire energy, Aries, Sag, Leo kind of an energy is showing up in here for you, right? Where you're telling yourself that, yeah, maybe, it didn't happen at that point, whatever it was in your life, but it doesn't mean that the whole situation cannot be revisited, right? And there is a lot of this fear in you as well too at the same time, which you are kind of being a little bit fearful at the same time, but you're also fighting that fear. You're also determined to fight that fear in yourself, because it could be the situation that you're hiding, right? You're not telling anybody about that missed opportunity, the missed situation, whatever. So that could be the thing that you're hiding, you're not telling, but internally, more so, you're getting kind of into that energy where you're telling yourself that, okay, one opportunity may have gone, but it doesn't mean that I will not be able to turn a situation around and do the right work again, right? Let's look at the joy and stability. So you are kind of understanding that the reason you missed that first opportunity or whatever that the situation was also because you had failed to plan yourself well. And there had been a lot of stubbornness as well in you, right? With the planning, you may not have paid attention to a lot of things, to a lot of details. You did not work in the right way. You failed to plan properly, right? So now you're determined that whatever decision you take, excuse me, whatever situations you revisit, this time around, you're going to plan it well to turn it around, okay? Let's look at the joy and stability. So you are kind of understanding where you have gone wrong in your life, in yourself. See, justice, yeah. So there is a situation that has been very, very much of an injustice in your life. For some, it could be marriage. For some, it could be assets, property, anything, inheritance, love, anything that has not really been justified. Right? For some, it could be their marriage as well. Then you are feeling that you deserve justice in this situation for yourself. You want to bring back justice in your life because somewhere you have not worked for your own justice. You had not planned it well. So it could have been that people have come to you with offers or situations, personal and professional, but you did not pay attention. You did not pay attention, right? And that is where those situations have gone away from your life. But now you want to rectify that situation, right? And you're being determined and stubborn even to a large extent within yourself, but being stubborn in a good way. Because somewhere you're realizing that you need to change some situation that is definitely calling out loud and clear for truth, honesty, and karma. Because somewhere karma has been served as well in your situation, right? With your understanding. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. And that is where you're moving out of. You're moving out of this bad karma. And you're working for yourself now. Some of you could have moved out of a marriage for some, right? A relationship, a marriage, anywhere that where karma has been served. And now you're paying attention to reorganizing your own life. Every pentacle, putting every pentacle in the right order. To reorganize your life in the right way, to plan your life in the right way. Because there is a situation, and it could be personal, again, professional, but I'm getting more personal here, right? That there could be a situation very personal in your life that you're leaving. You're leaving in the sense that you are paying more attention to details for your own situation, to yourself. You're not paying attention to n number of factors, but what is important only for yourself. And that's where the clarity of the belief, that's where your success is. The Ace of Swords. That's where your understanding, your thought is changing because you're paying attention to yourself. See, the moment you start paying attention to yourself, you learn to hear your own intuition. And that is your best guidance. Your own intuition is your best guidance. You don't need anybody else to tell you what to do as well. So you can, but pay close attention to your own knowledge, your own intuition, as well as to the knowledge that you come across at this point in time, right? And that knowledge, that understanding will change your thinking process. The Queen of Pentacles. So this could be in a relation to a person you have in your life, a person you have been married to, a person who is your mother for some. For some, it could be the mother of your children, right? But this is the energy of somebody that there is some amount of clarity and truth about marriage in particular is coming up on the surface here, Capricorn. The Two of Wands. And that's where you're stuck and you want to move. You're desiring a change of the situation for yourself here. You're definitely desiring a change because your thought, your belief is changing towards this situation here. And this is associated in your internal homely understanding. It's a very personal, domesticated situation here, is more I'm getting here. Right? So somebody who had been sitting over your success story was not letting you move towards your success for some. And it could be your mother, it could be the lady who you have married, male, female, it doesn't matter, but it's a very motherly kind of an energy here. That for some, your mother could have been the main dominating force in your life, right? And it can be anything, but there is some amount of injustice that has happened with the situation here. Please talk to me about justice here. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, there has been probably a situation of a lack of cooperation for some, a lack of teamwork for some, when there has been an injustice in your life, then you now want to surrender and you want to, move towards a different situation. Yeah, see the Ten of Wands. You are tired, and the Three of Cups. Yeah, there are people in your life with whom you don't want to work anymore. You want to surrender that situation. You want to surrender that stress and that burden in your life and move away from that situation with regards to a lack of teamwork, lack of cooperation. Maybe this particular figure has refused to cooperate with you. There is a lack of teamwork where you have been doing everything by yourself, Capricorn, and somebody has been just sitting patiently and doing their own stuff, but have not cooperated with you, in your workforce, personal or professional. It also could be for some of you a picture of somebody with whom you work, right? Your boss. But there is, and somebody who had been stopping you from moving towards your success story as well. Let's look at the crown chakra. Hold on, guys. Because justice shows up with regards to a situation that has not been, where karma has been served. For some, I'm even getting that. Let's see the crown chakra here. Yeah, there is some information that you are definitely being enlightened upon. You're not taking action right away on this situation, but you're definitely getting a lot of clarity towards a new growth and new situation in your life that you need to work upon at this point. Please talk to me about the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe some of you guys, hold on. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you are stuck. You are stuck. You're not being able to leave the situation here at this point, Capricorn. This is you. Because there is some kind of an insecurity and fear that you are kind of trying to relieve yourself and get moving. You're trying to become more bold and adventurous in yourself, right? Desiring a change of circumstance in your life, because wherever you are, personal or professional, you seem stuck where karma has been served with regards to a teamwork, where probably the teamwork has not happened in your case. But at the same time, you're not being able to leave that situation because of something that you are fearing in your life. Please talk to me about the Hanged Man. And that's why you're not moving at this point. You're hanging upside down because you're not sure that if you move from that situation, if you can bring back your own stability. The Tower. Yeah. There is going to be a shift. There is going to be a shift of this situation soon that will allow you to move forward. So wherever you're stuck, whether it's in a personal situation or professional situation, you guys will definitely be able to move. From a situation where there has been no action, where you have not been able to move, that shift is coming in your life, Capricorn. That shift is coming. Okay. Please talk to me about the solar plexus chakra. Yeah, there is a movement that is coming that will crumble the whole situation, where you will not be able to... Oops, hold on. Guys, there's too many cards here. Where you will not be able to stick around in that same place for too long. That could be your home or job or anything. Right? With the solar plexus chakra, when you say I can, the King of Swords shows up. So there could be a legal battle here for some. For some, there could be a legal battle in here as well. Please talk to me about the King of Swords. Yeah, there will be a change of situation. Oops, hold on. Guys, yeah, this is the Seven of Cups. Yeah, where your delusional mind will be cleared up by somebody in your life who will be very clear about your own situation. That in turn will allow you to activate your solar plexus chakra in order to move out of that situation, the Six of Swords, right? So an air sign could be in your life. Libra, excuse me. Yeah, somebody will clear the delusion for you guys. That is the change that is coming. And that is when your crown chakra will be reactivated here. You will start thinking different. Because all that you had been sitting with, all the garbage will be cleared up. I call that garbage, don't take offense on that, guys. But all that cloudiness, all the delusion about your own situation is going to be cleared up by somebody in your life who will help you to move out of that delusion here. Yeah, 100%. And that is the change you're desiring again. You're kind of intuitively manifesting a plan for your own situation here. Please talk to me about simply love. Yeah, you'll get help, guys. You will definitely get legal help. For some it could be your friend, your person, somebody who is very in the King of Sword energy, who knows what they are saying, what they are thinking is very clear for them. They don't beat around the bush, you know what I mean? Please talk to me about simply love. So you will definitely get help. That, yeah, see the World card. So whatever that you are desiring in your life, and that in turn will help you to reactivate your heart chakra. Something is closing in here, guys. Something is closing. It also could be that somebody you have loved in your life, you're leaving them behind, whoever it is. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, it could be a family situation. Yeah, it could be a family situation you're leaving behind. Where you have invested your time, energy, money, your seed of success, your retirement plans, your inheritance, something that you're leaving behind. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. There is a turn that's coming up in your life in here, guys. And that is what it is that is manifesting here. Some kind of strategy here is working towards the story to bring back some balance. Some of you guys could be strategically moving past a situation you don't want to live in anymore. Yeah, there is something in your life that you are ending or closing. Choose your battles. Please talk to me about that. And that is where you have to be very careful, Capricorn, about who you fight with, how much you fight, what you see, what you do. Okay, you have to be very, Six of Wands, yeah, you are moving towards your own victory. You're moving towards your own victory. So you have to be very, Three of Wands, yeah. There is a wait period here. There is definitely a wait period here with the Emperor here. A lot of planning is required. The Two of Swords, because there is also some situation in your life that is causing you some amount of fear at this point in time, that you are working upon the Four of Swords. Yeah, in silence, you're working upon something in your life, but at the same time, there is a lot of planning here. That's what I said. There is a lot of planning with somebody in your life or by yourself. It's difficult to say that, right? But you are definitely moving past a situation that you don't want to live in. But at this point in time, there is a wait. There is a wait period for sure, but it doesn't mean that you are not intuitively working towards it. You are definitely working. You're waiting for your ship. You're waiting for the right time. The time is not here at this point. The time is still not here, guys. So you're waiting for the right time in here to begin this new situation, to give birth to something that you want to invest in for your own purpose. That will in turn bring back your joy, success, happiness, and your vitality. Yeah. Yeah, there is something that you are waiting for. The time is still not here, Capricorn, so you have to give it time for this thing to manifest. But you're definitely waiting for that time when you can throw your plans into action, right? And that also could mean that you will have to communicate with somebody where there is still a gap in communication, but you're definitely working towards that situation in your life, moving away from a very difficult situation, closing a chapter in your life and walking away. But while you're doing that, that's what they're telling you. Don't fight with every situation. There are a lot of people in your life who will not be your friends. Who will not be your friends. They will not be a part of this victory. So you have to be very careful at this point in time with whom you share your confidentiality or or treat them as your confidant, right? So you have to be very careful. But this is what we have at this point in time. Enjoy this reading, guys. Until I see you once again, till then, goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.